Mid-1980s, Khaled Abu el-Dahab, an Egyptian medical student, joins the militant group, the Egyptian Islamic Jihad, and meets Ali Mohamed. Ali Mohamed convinced el-Dahab to move to the United States and become a sleeper cell agent. El-Dahab does so in 1987, moving to Santa Clara, California, where Mohamed has a residence and a wife. El-Dahab marries an American woman, becomes a U.S. citizen, and gets a job at a computer company. In 1987, a female acquaintance of el-Dahab enters the apartment unannounced and finds several men there cleaning rifles. She decides it is something she does not want to know about and breaks off contact with him. In 1990, Mohamed and el-Dahab travel together to Afghanistan. They are financially supported by a network of U.S. sympathizers, including 2 Egyptian-American doctors. Beginning in that same year, el-Dahab's apartment becomes an important communications hub for al-Qaeda and the Egyptian Islamic Jihad cells all over the world. For much of the 1990s, the Egyptian government cuts direct phone links to countries like the Sudan, Yemen, Afghanistan, and Pakistan in an effort to disrupt communications between radical militants. So Dahab acts as a telephone operator for the Islamic Jihad network, using a 3-way calling feature to connect operatives in far-flung countries. Later on, the Yemen house owned by Ahmed al-Hada would act in a similar manner. He communicates with bin Laden's base in the Sudan, where bin Laden lives until 1996. He receives phone calls from the likes of Islamic Jihad leader Dr. Ayman al-Zawahiri, who also visits California twice in 1993 and 1994. He distributes forged documents and makes money transfers. He is trained to make booby-trapped letters, enrolls in U.S. flight schools to learn how to fly gliders and helicopters, and recruits additional U.S. sleeper agents. He helps translate U.S. Army manuals and topographical maps into Arabic for al-Qaeda and Islamic Jihad training. El-Dahab will move to Egypt in 1998 and becomes arrested in the same year in October. He confesses his role in all of this in the Egyptian trial in 1999. The Egyptian government will sentence him to 15 years in prison. Bin Laden had personally congratulated el-Dahab for recruiting Islamic Americans into al-Qaeda during the early 1990s. Dahab told investigators after his arrest in Cairo on terrorism charges in 1998. Dahab said bin Laden was eager to recruit American citizens of Middle Eastern descent because their U.S. passports could be used to facilitate international travel by al-Qaeda terrorists, according to the account of the confession. This account was published on October 10th in the London-based Arabic newspaper Al-Sharq al-Aswat. In his confession, Dahab said he had another admitted terrorist named Ali Mohamed who traveled with him to Afghanistan to report to bin Laden on their success in recruiting Americans. According to Dahab's testimony, quote, bin Laden praised their efforts and emphasized the necessity of recruiting as many Muslims with American citizenship as possible into the organization, end quote. This report of el-Dahab's confession gives new details about the Silicon Valley cell where 2 known members are imprisoned on terrorism charges, Dahab and Ali Mohamed. Mohamed, who was in the United States for his admitted role in planning the 1998 bombing of the U.S. embassies in Kenya and Tanzania, which killed more than 200 people.